In today's video, I'm going to show you some tips, tricks, and hidden features for the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. This is a complete list of the best tips, tricks, and even some hidden features. Make sure to stick around for the entire video to learn how to use the Galaxy Watch like an expert. Let's get started with today's video on the best tips, tricks, and hidden features for the Galaxy Watch. Starting off with the first tip, if you swipe up from the bottom of the watch and you see the app icon with the two circles on it, you can tap on it to manage which apps are open on your Galaxy Watch. And then you can close all of them, or you can close one just by swiping up. So we can see this app is currently open, and all we have to do is swipe up to close it. We can see the system settings app is open and the weather app is open. So those apps are open. We can press this button, close all, and all of them are closed on our Galaxy Watch, and this saves battery life and allows the watch to move a lot faster. So just swipe up from the bottom and find that app with the two circles, and there are no recently used apps because we've closed them all. If we were to go back and open up the calendar app here, and then you can see everything on my calendar, we can go back to the app right here to see our recently used apps, the calendar app, the phone app, and the Play Store, and then we can close all those apps out just like that. So it makes it really easy to see what apps are open on your watch and to close them out individually or close them all out at the same time. Another cool mode is if you swipe down to the quick panel from the top here and then swipe over until you find the battery icon with the recycle logo on it. This enables power saving mode. So you can press this button once, and then at the bottom here, power saving has been turned on. And then you can press and hold onto power saving mode, and it will open up the battery section settings in the Galaxy Watch app. And we can see that power saving is currently turned on, and we can see all of the features that are enabled by power saving mode turned on. So it turns off wake up gesture, it turns off always on display, it turns off Wi-Fi, it limits the CPU speed, it decreases brightness by 10%, it limits the background network usage, limits the background location, limits the background syncing, reduces screen timeout to 15 seconds, and no software updates are processed when power saving mode is on. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this battery setting, there is a watch only mode, which will disable every smart feature in the watch and only display the time when you tap on your watch. So to get 19 days of battery life here, you can turn on watch only mode, and you just press the home key. We can demo it really quick. Watch only mode, estimated battery life, and then we can turn on, and it turns on watch only mode just like this. And now whenever we press the home key and tap on the watch, the time lights up, but there are no smart functionality. It's not allowing you to open any apps. It doesn't allow you to use the smartwatch, but except for the time functionality here. So you just tap on the power button here and the time pops up, and it allows you to see the time, and this will last for several days. And then you have to turn the watch on normally by holding down the power button here to get access to all the smart features again, and the Samsung logo pops up and it boots up the watch normally. But it's really incredible that you can get 20 plus days just by turning on the watch only mode, and it will only tell you the time, and then you don't have to worry about charging it every single night. So if that's something you want to do, you can access the battery features, the power mode saving features, and scroll down to the bottom and turn on watch only mode. Another cool feature I want to share with you is in the tile section. So if we swipe over from the right side, we can get access to all the tiles. And when you find the workout tile, which I think I skipped already, we can scroll back here, a workout tile. So we can do walking, running, cycling, and more. When you hit more, it pops up with dozens of options for your workout. So we can do walking, running coach, swimming, all these different workouts. But what's even more cool is that you can add dozens of more by pressing the add button at the very end. And you can scroll down and you've got a ton of workouts here that you can scroll down and select and add. There's even a basketball workout that I can tap on and add that to the list. So while you've selected the workouts tile, you can scroll all the way over to the very end and press the add button and add additional workouts. They have over a dozen different workouts here that you can scroll down and select and add when you're want to work out. So that makes it really easy. They've got a jump rope workout I can do here. I can tap on that and it adds it to the list. You can also use your phone to add this to the list. When you scroll all the way over to the right and you click add, you can press add from phone. And then it'll open up the app on your phone and you can select a workout and add that item from the phone. So really cool options here in the workout section of the tiles. You can add additional workouts. They've got dozens of workouts that you can select from and use when you work out on your Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. The next feature I want to share with you is the ticking sound that you can enable on certain watch faces. So if you scroll down for the quick panel at the top and tap on the settings, and then scroll down and select sound and vibrations. And from here, you want to scroll down to the very bottom. And at the bottom, you've got system sounds. And then tap on system sounds. And then there's an option right here for ticking. You'll hear a ticking sound if your watch face supports it. You can swipe this over and then you'll hear lightly sounded tick for if you go home here as your watch face and the digital ticker here moves around the watch. So it's a really nice addition. If you like traditional watches that tick, you can add this to your Samsung Galaxy watch and it will also tick and you'll hear that lightly in the background. So another cool feature, if we go back into settings and sound and vibration and scroll all the way down to system sounds, is the chime. Well, we can scroll down here to where it says hourly chime. And this will make the watch chime on every hour. So we swipe that over and it enables the hourly chime. So you'll hear an hourly chime when it hits the hour, and it'll make a nice little noise for you. Justin's Watch 5 Pro, my battery's at 62%, and this is kind of like the home feed here, the Galaxy Wearable App, where I can manage my smartwatch. So we can see it's starting. You can swipe from the left side of the screen to access your notifications right here. You can swipe from the right side of the screen to access the tiles, and then you can swipe from the top of the screen to access the quick panel, and then swipe from the bottom to access your applications. And of course, we learned that we can move them around by holding and dragging. And they also have the same interface in the Galaxy Wearable App. If we unlock our Galaxy device here, we can open up the Galaxy Wearable App, and just like here, there's an App Screens button where we can touch and hold and drag, and it will update the position on our watch for us. So now if we open up our watch and we pull up, we'll see, oh, we have to hit the save button right here first. So hit save, and then it'll instantly update as we see right there. The calendar's at the top right now. So I can come over here to the app screen, rearrange the apps in any way. It's much bigger on the Galaxy device versus just doing it right here on a smaller screen for the watch. But either way you want to modify the apps, you can just click and hold and drag and move them anywhere around, and then hit save. And just like that, it updates them. So pretty cool feature. They also have the tiles where we can come in here and add different tiles. We can add an alarm tile, a buds controller, month, contacts, Google Maps, media controller, reminder, blood oxygen, cycle tracking, food, health summary, steps. They've got over a dozen tiles here that we can add in. And we can see that we currently have the daily activity tile, and a ton of tiles already added. If we want to, we can remove them just by pressing this minus button. And then if we remember, we can access the tiles just by swiping from the right side of the screen, and we've got the daily activity tile, the walking, the route, the body composition, the sleep. So the same tiles that we see there on the Galaxy Wearable App pop up in here, and you can manage them in the same format. So I can hold down and start removing them in the same way that I would remove them from the app. Just hold down and hit the minus button, and that will remove that tile from the watch. So super cool way to manage your tiles and to come in here, and they're kind of like quick widgets and quick apps that you can launch instantly. You just swipe over from the right side of the screen to access your tiles. Another cool feature is the watch faces. So I can come in here and modify and customize the watch face just by pressing the customize button, and we can see they've got a few pre-made faces for us that we can tap on, just like this, and see what they look like. I like this green one. That's one of my favorite colors. I can tap on that. You can come over here and see what the indexes look like, the hands. We can change the hands to a different style here. We can go over to the color. I'm going to stick with the green. We can add different complications. So the first complication shows the battery of the device. And then we can go over here to complication number 2, which shows a hiking option. We can move it to something else. So right now under exercise, I can probably move it down to something like walking, which is what I do often. And then I can go over to complication number 3, and right now it's steps. That seems about ideal, to show how many steps I've completed throughout the day. So we'll go ahead and hit save, and then this face will be saved to my watch faces. So now it's automatically updated just like that, and now it's on my watch face. So I've got the green, I've got the quick walking button, and then it's showing the steps for the day. So very easy way to come in here and customize my face. We can of course manage the different watch faces that we have and have our most recent ones first. So that's one. We can come over here and let's select the gradient number and see what that looks like. And that adds the gradient number up there. And I can come in here and customize that as well. So we've got this gradient number here. I can have different colors of it. I like the blue version of this. We'll go ahead and select that for the pre-made. And of course we can change the background, the color, the hand color, the second hand color, the complications, and more. So complications on the left side here shows the chance of rain on the left if we open up. So we'll go ahead and hit save, and we'll save this face to our watch. And we can see right here, so the chances of raining today are 0%. And we've got this new gradient watch face. And I can come in here and hold down on the watch faces and swipe over to the first watch face that we have, just like that. Or I can hold down and swipe back over to the second one. And if I don't like this watch face anymore, I can just hold down and hit the minus button on the side. So we'll go ahead and move it back to the first watch face, and then we'll hold down on it and then swipe over and hit that minus button right there, and that will remove that watch face. Now, I showed you how to customize the watch face on the Galaxy Wearable app, but we can hit this customize button right here and customize it on the watch itself. So I can swipe up or down to see the different styles, colors, or complications. So I can swipe up or down to see the different styles and colors and complications, and you can see the gear moving there on the right. And then we can swipe over to the left to see the hands. We can swipe up or down to see the different hands. We can swipe over to the color and swipe up or down to change the color, but I'm going to stick with that green color that we saw before. And then I can keep swiping over to see the different complications, and we'll stick with the steps. And then we'll go back to our watch face. So that's a preview there of how you can modify the watch faces on your watch. You just hold down and then hit customize. You can add a new one right here. Got the emoji, analog, ball, all kinds of watch faces here. Over a dozen watch faces that we can pick from, and whichever one suits your favorite style, you can go ahead and select. I like a digital watch, so I'll go ahead and add a digital watch to the watch face collection here, and it shows the time. So really cool way of how we can modify and change our watch faces right there on the watch itself. And of course we can unlock and continue to see how that works on the Samsung Wearable app itself. Another thing we can dive into is the quick panel, where we can come in here and modify which buttons pop up under the quick panel when we pull down from the top. Right now we've got sleep mode, turn off, settings, do not disturb, always on display, and sound mode. And we can swipe over for more. But if we're not using sleep mode, we can just press that minus button, and we can add in NFC and press the NFC button, and that adds in. We can drag it around, so we can hold it down and move it to whichever screen we want. We can move it up there. And just like that, we can come in here, touch and hold to reorder buttons. So we can touch and move this one just like that. And that's the quick panel. So we'll go ahead and hit save. We can dive into some of the watch settings right here inside the Galaxy Wearable app. You just tap on watch settings, and first we're prompted with notifications. We can come in here and decide, which apps can notify us on the watch and which apps cannot. So you can see which apps I currently have installed. Bixby Voice can notify me, Calendar can notify me, Let's see what else can. Customization service. If I don't want any of these apps to notify me, I can just swipe them off with the little check mark right here and move that switch over to the left, and no longer will Bixby Voice be able to notify me on my watch. But we'll go ahead and leave Bixby Voice enabled, just demoing for the sake of turning off notifications that you don't want on your watch. So that's a really cool feature. It allows you to stay present and in the moment, knowing who's going to message you or what notification will come in at which time. You can mute notifications on your phone. Phone notifications allowed on your watch will be muted on your phone when you're wearing your watch. You just swipe that over to enable that feature. You can turn off there. My favorite feature though is sync do not disturb with phone. So if you turn on do not disturb on your phone, it will also turn on your watch. That way you don't have to, have two separate controls, and no notifications will come in on your phone and no notifications will come in on your watch. So that's the first preference there here in the settings that you can check out inside of watch settings. You can also come in here to sound and vibration. You can switch your mode from sound, vibrate, or sound, vibrate, or mute. Right now it's on vibrate, and you can maybe feel or hear it vibrate there as you switch it. And then of course you can come down here and change some more of the settings, like the vibration, whether you want a long or short vibration, or strong or light intensity of your vibration. So you can modify that, and then you can do that, and you can come in here to the call vibration, and you've got different vibrations already set up. So basic call, simple, zigzag, zig, zig, zig. So you can come in here and change the vibration. We'll keep it at basic call, but it is a really cool feature that you can come in here and modify the vibration settings under sound and vibrations. You can come down here and change the ringtone. You can just select a different ringtone here, and when you receive a phone call, you'll get that ringtone. And then a notification sound. You can come in here and change what sound you want for your notifications. So that's a quick overview here of the sound and vibration settings here in the Galaxy Wearable app, where you can modify the settings for your Galaxy Watch. So we'll go back. We've got the display settings. We can come in here and modify the brightness of that display, whether we want it really low or really high, or right there in the middle. We've got auto brightness set, so brightness will be adjusted automatically, very bright or low conditions or situations. We can have the always on display on, so that display stays on while we're not actively looking at it. That does use a bit more battery life, but it is a really neat feature. We have raise wrist to wake, so when it's on the wrist, it will wake the device as I raise my wrist, and then touch screen to wake. And then I can show media controls, show controls on your watch when you start playing audio or video on your phone. We've got screen timeout. After 15 seconds of inactivity, it goes away. And then show last app when the screen turns on again within the last 20 seconds. And then we've got font size. So we can come in here and increase the font size for, you may want a more bigger letter. You can increase it by swiping it all the way over to the right, or you can make it smaller by swiping it all the way over to the left. And we can demo this really quick. If we have it really tiny, let's see what this looks like. So we'll swipe over to notifications. That's a really tiny text there for our watch. We can maybe zoom in a little bit and see it a bit more clearly. But then if we go to font size and then we increase the font size, you can see now I increased it all the way to the top, and now the text is much bigger on the watch. So that's a really cool feature for those that want to increase the text size or the font size on their watch. You can do that right in your display settings on your Galaxy Wearable app. So they've got Samsung Health, some advanced features, the battery and device care. It checks the battery. It learns your usage patterns, and then also displays the apps that have currently been using the most battery and their percentages of that. We can come back out here and see what else we have available. So we can see our app settings and come down here and customize some app specific settings, see what their storage and memory capacity is looking like, how much battery they've used. and that's a really neat feature that we can take a look at. It's really neat how you can come in here and modify the watch screen. You can come in here and modify the settings for the quick panel. They've got so many features here. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to figure out when we're releasing our next video. We'll have a ton of videos on the Galaxy devices, so be sure to click on that and watch it. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment below and consider giving us a super thanks. That helps out the AppFind channel a lot, and we really appreciate you for checking out these videos. And you can also hit that like button if you enjoyed this. We really appreciate you for watching the AppFind channel. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.